Pixies loved everything in the forest. And they loved everything in the forest because they could hear it, they could smell it, but especially because they could see it. And why could they see everything in the forest? Because they had eyes, but because there was light. And so the pixies loved light. They loved sunlight, the way it fell upon everything. And when the sun got tired in the evening and went to its sunset bed, then came the stars and the moon, so there was even light at night time. Okay, it wasn't as bright as sunshine, but it was even more beautiful in its own way. And so the pixies loved the stars. And sometimes they would stare at the stars for all night, letting the light travel across space to their eyes. And they loved the moon. And they loved the moon because she wasn't always there. Sometimes she came early, sometimes she came late, sometimes she was just a little banana in the sky. Sometimes she was a big mango of light. They loved it. And the goblins knew this. And the goblins did not like light.
Gob, 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 gob. That sun is too bright, it hurts our eyes. Gob, 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 gob. And just when the sun goes down, you think it's all over, but no, gob, 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 gob. And they got those silly stars looking at us. Mind their own business is what they should do. Gob, 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 gob.
Yeah, and you got the moon. That moon comes up shining everywhere across the forest so everyone can see what we're doing.
Gob, 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 gob. I've got an idea,
said the baby goblin.
Why don't we steal the moon? Gob, 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 gob.
Well, how are we going to steal the moon? Said the other goblins. I mean, it's like, where are we going to put it? It's really big, isn't it?
Don't worry about that. Gob, 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 gob. We won't really steal it. I've got a plan. Listen to me. Oh, gob, 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 gob.
The goblins liked the plan. Now the pixies were having a nice time. They were making some berry juice. They picked some big bags of berries and they were squashing it and putting it in bottles to send to their cousins, the river pixies, to say hi. And then they smelled something. I thought maybe some of the berries had gone bad, but no. Goblins. They turned around and sure enough, there were a bunch of goblins waiting at the base of the trees.
Gob, 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 gob.
What do you want, goblins? Pixies asked.
Well, we just came to tell you that we've got a special surprise for you tonight. Gob, 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 gob.
What do you mean? What kind of surprise? We're ready for any tricks you might pull.
Oh, yeah? What about if we steal the stars?
You can't steal the stars, you silly goblin.
Just you wait.
That evening, the pixies were a little bit nervous after the sun went down, and the skies grew darker, and they looked up, and actually, there weren't as many stars as usual. They thought maybe just some clouds were in the sky, but no, they couldn't see any clouds anywhere, and it had been a clear evening, and hey! And the next evening, there were even less stars. And the next evening, there were hardly any stars left at all.
Gob, 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 gob.
Hey! How did you do that? Give us back our stars, said the pixies.
Gob, 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 gob. It'll only get worse from here. Now we're going to take the moon. Gob, 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 gob.
The moon? You can't take the moon.
Just you wait.
And that evening, the full moon was due to rise, and the pixies waited anxiously to see her rise up above the earth, but she never came. And the night was empty and dark. And they said, what? And they said, oh no, we've lost the stars. We've lost the moon. Oh, no, no, crying a lot. Everybody was crying except for Sheila the pixie.
Dudu was also trying.
No, Gugu was alone in her cave, and she didn't understand what was going on, but she knew Sheila would come and explain it to her soon. Sheila started thinking, now, stars are very far away, and how could the goblins steal them? And if they hid them somewhere, they'd be shining brightly, wouldn't they? But we can't see. They wouldn't take them in the mountains. They'd be shining too bright. And the moon? It's too big to fit in the cave. So where could they hide it if they stole the moon? I think something else is going on. I'm going to go and find out. And Rosie the butterfly flew over, and Sheila jumped on her back, and off they went through the forest. And she flew quietly around to the edge of the mountains, where the goblins were getting ready. And the baby goblin was there with a bunch of other goblins, and they were pulling out from the mountain long ladders.
Okay, everybody. Okay. Right, here's a tin of paint for you, a tin of black paint for you, a tin of black brushes, everyone. That's right. Everyone got black paint? Everyone got brushes? Everyone got the ladders? Okay, let's go and paint the very last of those stars and give the moon another coat as well.
Sheila watched as the goblins put their ladders up, resting them against the trees, but extending higher into the sky, and the goblins climbed up on the tall ladders until she couldn't even see them anymore. And then she could just get a notion across the sky of it getting blacker and darker, and the last tiny bits of stars going out until the sky was perfectly black and dark. And then the goblins came sliding down the ladders.
Whee! Go.
And they bounced down in mud.
Yes, a nice soft landing and the big splashy mud puddles.
We did it. Go.
Those rascals, said Sheila. They haven't stolen the stars or the moon. They just painted them black, so we can't see them against the black night sky. Well, we'll soon see about that. She called Rosie over, jumped on her back, and off she flew. And she flew down and grabbed a bucket of water, and a bucket of water in each hand, and flew down towards the lake, filled up the buckets of water, and flew over the pixies. Hey, pixies, watch this! What? Just you wait and see, she said. And Rosie flew up to the sky with Sheila on her back. Hi, hi, hi. And then Sheila threw the bucket of water across the sky, and it washed off the black paint on several stars. Pixies applauded from below, and Sheila flew down again to the lake and filled up the buckets of water and flew back up again to where she guessed the moon must be, and emptied the buckets of water across the sky, and a bright yellow colour came shining through as she saw where the moon was. And she did it many more times, going down with the buckets of water, filling them up and splashing them across the sky until all the stars and the moon were shining bright.
Go. That's Sheila the pixie. You're gonna pay for this.
And the goblins shouted.
They want money for it.
Money, huh? And Sheila flew back to the pixies. And actually, this was one of the very first times that the pixies realized how special Sheila was, because she was still very young at this time. And after that, the goblins also knew who Sheila was.
Oh, we're gonna teach that Sheila the pixie a lesson. Just you wait and see.